So there are times that I feel that I'm not making a difference in these kids' lives and that it's exhausting, and I figure, why bother? I mean, I could be reading a book or riding my motorcycle or tending to my horse instead of going to school activities or answering the phone from mad principals but then I see the difference, like when they walk into the room and they smile, and when before there was no smile. A lot of times you're exhausted, you're going through the motions, you're making sure everybody's brushed their teeth or done their homework or is at the doctor's when they need to or getting the older kids to work or whatever it is, and you're just exhausted and you don't understand that you are making a difference. And you have to look for the little things. Our 5-year-old is a perfect example. He is the happiest, emotional, sensitive little boy that I have ever met, and he's just eating up the world. Everything he does is with so much joy and so much passion, and I know, even though maybe he was born that way, I know that my husband and I and his sisters play a part in that. My husband always says, set a good example, do the next right thing, and these kids will benefit even if you don't see it. You know, it's just do the next right thing, do the next right thing. And even though half the time we want to quit, we know that this is our path and there's another child that's going to need us someday, and that's why we continue to do what we do.
We usually have 3 or 4 choices of things to do when we're presented with a choice by circumstances around us. And one of them might be the right thing, and one of them might be the easy thing, and one of them might be the thing that would give us the most pleasure. And sometimes they're all 3 the same. So there's no explaining it. It's something that I know in my heart, and I can see usually in my wife's eyes if I say that I want to do this or that, and she doesn't have to say anything. I can just tell by the look on her face whether or not I'm, being selfish or not, or whether it's really the right thing to do or not. She's my partner in life, my best friend and my confidant.
It's hard when you bring a child into your home that had a lot of trauma in their life, especially when you've been a parent, because you tend to want to parent your normal way, and that doesn't work with these kids. So you have to fall back on the training that you received and understand that they're coming from a different place. Like, one of the big things they say in training is Q-tip, quit taking it personal. And it sounds so simple, but when these kids are screaming at you and you've left your job and bought a bigger car and done all these things to try to make it fit as a family, it's so heartbreaking. So the social workers, you lean on them, you take their advice, you cry, you swear at them, you let them bounce it back to you, because to say that it's not affecting you, like some foster parents will just say, oh, I'm fine, and they're really not, because they don't have the type of support that they need. And Child and Family Services have supported me and my family. It's made the journey more emotional and profound for me than anything else that I've ever done in my life.
It's scary. It's nerve-wracking. As a child, I was taken when I was 10 from school. I went to my first foster home with a basket full of clothes. That's about it. It doesn't really hit you until a month later that you're not going to see your mom or parents. But you can go through the hardest time in your life, but it's not forever. When I grow up, I want to have my master's degree in social working. I either want to work with toddlers and up, or I want to work with my age and higher. Just that one 14 or 16-year-old to look at me and say, you don't know what I'm doing, you don't know what I'm going through. When people tell me I don't know what you're going through, but I do. I understand not having parents. I understand not having places to go, or struggling through life, or not having those pair of Jordans that I love. If you go look in my room right now, you'd call me a spoiled brat, because I have everything that I've ever wanted.
So I totally understand not everybody is built to foster. Fostering is hard, it's exhausting. It's not for everybody, but there are other ways that you can support foster families. You can get cleared so that you can babysit for them. Going out for a night with my husband is almost impossible, because you need someone over the age of 18 to watch the children in foster care. I always say Dunkin' Donuts coffee. People laugh at me, but send me a Dunkin' Donuts gift card and I'm happy for a week, Just let me go through that Dunkin' Donuts drive up with no guilt that I'm spending money I shouldn't be spending, and get my black coffee to keep me going is a good thing. There's little things you can do for these people that are taking care of these kids, and there's big things you can do. But do something. Even if you can't foster, you don't want to get down into the depth of it. Do something to help these kids in the state of Rhode Island, because we all need your help.